All right, and we're here with Rochelle. Rochelle joined us 5 months?
October.
About 5 months. Yeah, just about 5 months now. So a couple quick questions so you can share your experience with anybody else considering our group or that's frustrated in the business. First question, I'm always curious to hear how training was at your previous company or if you were on a team versus how you felt our training was when you joined. And then I guess you can even compare that to the general industry. So what do you think there?
The training here was totally different than any other team. It's consistent and constant, and 5 months in, we still train daily. We're always learning something, especially myself too. I am only 3 years in the business, so I am always learning, which is great because then I always have you guys too to back me up. And training at other places, it's pretty much you get out of it what you put into it, so you have to make the time to do it. It's not, kind of a mandatory thing, so you don't even have to train if you don't want to.
Okay. Next, I guess when it comes to goal setting, how do you like working with a group that actually sets goals, shows you how to measure them, and compare that to your previous experience at another company when it comes to actually tracking your business, tracking what you do, and creating that routine income?
The goal setting was a little hard for me in the beginning because you're not expected to be asked that as an agent. You really aren't, because nobody really cares like you do, and our team does. So the goal setting is good because it lets me reflect on what I've been doing, where my time is being spent, and where it's not being spent. And that helps me get to my goals and realize what I've done to get them or not to get them.
Great.
So that's great.
All right, and let's talk leads. You came from actually, I believe another team. I don't know if you were in, if that company recruited you first, but let's talk about in general. Our leads right now. What are you thinking you're getting on a monthly basis, and how does that compare to your previous experience? And how are you handling them?
Previously, the way it worked before I joined your team was the only reason we got leads is if you did the floor time. So you had to volunteer to do floor time. You had to hope someone was giving up floor time and pray that that phone rang and it was something for you to grab onto. Here, we get 40 to 50 leads a month, and you have to work them, and you have to work them properly in order to get where you need to be. And that's where our goals come into play too, because your aggression is what's going to get you where you need to be. And I absolutely love this. I can honestly say in 3 years in the business, what I'm going to be closing next month alone, I didn't do in 3 years. And that's in 1 month I'll be doing that.
That's awesome. So one other thing to tag on to that, how do you feel the technologies that we use compare, or how much do you like them when it comes to, auto response and responding, tracking your leads? I feel we use the top technologies to help you maintain your leads. How do you feel it's worked for you?
It works great because you could track everything you've done. You could remember conversations all based on your notes alone just on here. It's not just, oh, I did call this person, whatever. We set reminders. We constantly have to get into our databases and follow through.
Great. Income, a lot of people get hung up on the commission issues when, looking at different companies. My opinion has always been, the split doesn't matter. It's a matter of how much you're putting in your pocket. Compare, I guess our system to your previous, experience and any friends or people that you know in the business. And how do you think your income has changed?
Well, this is a no-brainer because previously when I was on another team, your commission is split differently and you're putting so much back into that team. Well, that team was only marketing one person, not our team. Here, the way we do it is everything we split goes back into our training, goes back into our leads, goes back into our pocket eventually. You just have to follow it. And that's what you can't ask for more.
Great. So, what made you join Team Curcio when looking at multiple companies, and why should other? What would you say to another agent who's considering a move and considering, a team?
Well, I would say this. The classes are one thing. That's just the basics. That's law. It doesn't teach you how to deal with the people, how to speak to people, how to look at these contracts and really work for the people. So that's, here, I loved it. When I joined here, I told you I was coming for a career. And so far I have one. I needed to be a full-time agent. I love it.
All right, great. Well, thank you for your time.